Welcome back to the North Sound Center here at Amherst, New York. I'm Stu Boyer. I'll be joined by Randy Smith for this game. Glad to have you back, Randy. Kevin Torillo filling in the first game, did a nice job, where Kenmore West beat Amherst 5-2. Randy, on paper, this game looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Boy, you're really being nice, Stu, on that one. Yes, I can't disagree with you. When you take a look at NT's record, they are 1-16 overall, 1-15 in league record against a team from Grand Island. Finished the overall season or overall record with 12-8-0 and had a league record of 12-4-0. So yes, if you're looking at them that way, it looks like a mismatch, absolutely.
Well, and also add into the mix, they played twice, and Grand Island won both, 9-1 and 13-1, which is 22-2 by my unofficial mathematical type count. I did not get the officials for today's game. I'm going to have to go do that while they introduce the starting lineup. So we're going to go down to the PA announcer while I get the officials.
Number 17, Owen Besegno. Also on defense, number 51, Nathan Zamba. At left wing, number 5, Brian McElroy. At right wing, number 26, Nathan Hartman. Your center, number 34, Rick DeAndrea. And now for the Lumberjacks, number 30, Nolan Yanisek. Lumberjacks coach by Mr. Alex Zmantek. And now for your home team, Grand Island Vikings. At defense, number 18, Peyton Abbott. Also at defense, number 24, Ryan Smith. At left wing, number 9, Eddie Corsian. At right wing, number 10, Idris Valletta. And your center, number 2, Dominic Leon. And in goal for the Vikings, number 31, Evan Smith. Grand Island is good for Mr. Bob Simpson, Ryan Mellon, and Anthony Leon. The referees for today are Mr. James McReiner, Mr. Glenn Aikinger. At this time, would you please rise and move your heads as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem.
James Knockreiner and Glenn Aikinger are the referees for today's game. As you've heard the national anthem. Earlier today it was Kenmore West 5 and Amherst 2. And in this game, Grand Island is your home team. They will be wearing the white. And starting in goal for Grand Island is Evan Smith. And in goal for North Tonawanda, Nolan Yanicek. Want to remind everybody that our sponsors, this game is being brought to you by Howard Hanna Real Estate. Howard Hanna, home happens here. Western New York Immediate Care, Logistics Plus of Buffalo, and Ad Pro Sports. We'll try to find a save of the game brought to you by Ad Pro Sports. Randy, I'm going to put you in charge of the save of the game and the player of the game, which is brought to you by Howard Hanna Real Estate. And we're underway. Off the face-off, Grand Island with the puck in their own end. They'll send it to the near side. dumped into the North Tonawanda zone, and that's an icing, which is not exactly the way they wanted to start, but they had the right idea, getting the puck into the North Tonawanda end of the rink.
And it's going to be interesting, Stu, to see how NT really approaches this game. They know what their record is. They know how they've stood against this Grand Island team in their 2 previous contests. It's going to be just interesting to see how they stand up to this team and what they're going to do in these opening moments.
So off the face-off, Grand Island takes it away and sends it into the North Tonawanda end of the rink. There's a shot, and it goes wide, taken by Grand Island. Now that blocked by the fence, puck loose right out in front, sent to the corner, banked off the boards and down the length of the ice, and that'll be icing again.
On the flip side of that coin, Stu, it's interesting to see how Grand Island's going to start out their game, and they're approaching it just the way they've probably left off in the last 2 games against NT. They're turning on that offense right away and going right down for the attack immediately to see if they can get an early score here.
Thomas Dworak taking this face-off for Grand Island into the corner. Dworak follows it, gets the puck behind the net, looks to get it out front, but is taken away by North Tonawanda and sent into neutral ice. Back to the Grand Island end of the rink. And at neutral ice, taken away by North Tonawanda into the zone. There's a shot and a great save. Awesome save there by Evan Smith.
And he really hung on for dear life on that one. He caught it and then just kind of went down and hung on to it in his glove, just waiting as a couple of the NT players skated by him in that. So he got a quick save right there off the beginning.
Daniel Martinek with that shot, number 40. Here's NT sending it back into the Grand Island end of the rink, and they'll look to bring it out. And at neutral ice, taken away by Martinek for North Tonawanda. He'll get it to neutral ice, and it'll go back into the Grand Island end where Connor Morrow has it. And he'll get it up on the wing into the North Tonawanda. And there's a shot and a save as the puck comes all the way. Actually, that shot went wide, came all around the boards. Just underway, Grand Island and North Tonawanda. Here's Grand Island deep into the North Tonawanda zone. And that puck is wound around the boards by Aiden Corbett. Back to the point. There's a shot that goes wide. Grand Island still has it. They'll get it back to the point. Still has it, driving in. He'll take a shot, another save right out in front. And Grand Island will keep that in at the blue line. And they'll fire it into the corner. Idrias Folletta fired it into the corner. Back behind the net, North Tonawanda winds it around the board, kept in nicely, and now it comes out of the zone. Grand Island couldn't quite keep that one in that time. Peyton Abbott now fires it back into the zone, charges toward the net. And North Tonawanda gets it up and out and controlled by Grand Island at neutral ice. Along the near boards. And Grand Island couldn't quite get it into the zone. Now they'll fire it in. And along the far boards, North Tonawanda trying to get it out. They can't do it. Kept in by Grand Island. Grand Island got no resistance as they went behind the North Tonawanda net. Goes along the far sides, and Grand Island cannot keep it in. And at neutral ice now, Grand Island will simply fire it back in, and going back to get it is Bo Staley. And North Tonawanda looks to get it out of there. They get it to neutral ice, and Grand Island now will play it in their own end of the rink. And here comes Grand Island into the NT end. They'll take a long shot, knocked away. Oh, it's right on the goal line, and somehow they score. My goodness, that puck was on the goal line just sitting there, and finally over and got a stick on it. I believe that was Tucker Schoen as the puck was just laying there, and he just tapped it in to give Grand Island with 13:49 to play. Here's the replay. Here in the first period. See the puck right there?
It looks like it deflected off of Janacek straight up in the air, and then it came down behind him, and that's when I don't know if his teammate yelled to him, whatever, but they kind of turned and looked and saw it was behind him, and it was a loose puck, and it was then in the net.
Oh, they're giving it to number 9? Well, I wasn't close. I thought it was 5. Tucker Schoen instead. It is given to number 9, Eddie Korzak, excuse me. And Grand Island will look to continue putting the pressure on as that puck goes high and out of play. There'll be a face-off in the North Tonawanda end of the rink. Not much Janacek could do about that, really, once he really couldn't find the puck.
No, and when he originally made the save, I mean, he was face on, but then he turned thinking the puck was going to go into the corner, and instead it landed down behind him, and that's when he had to really do a 180 with his body and turn around to try and catch it, get it.
Now North Tonawanda coming away with the puck across the blue line. A shot goes wide. There's the rebound. They can't get a stick on it. And here comes Grand Island again the other way, back the other way, banked off the boards and into the Grand Island zone, and going back to get it is Peyton Abbott. Now on the far side, somebody lost a glove. There's a glove just sitting there in the Grand Island end of the rink. Liam Snyder sends it into the North Tonawanda zone. Going back to get it is Owen Bessenall. Now here comes North Tonawanda the other way. The shot is blocked. And centering pass right out in front. Nobody there. Nick DeAndrea took that shot. DeAndrea, as Grand Island carries the puck, gets it ahead to neutral ice. Liam Snyder had it, sent into the zone, banked off the boards, and comes out of the NT zone. So far, most of the play. Oh, there's a big hit. Bo Staley with a big check. Here comes Grand Island with a shot. Nice save. Knocked aside by Janacek. And Grand Island still putting the pressure on. Grand Island with the puck in the NT end of the rink. And they'll tie it up in the far corner. That clock continues to tick as the referee can still see the puck. They get it out, and North Tonawanda gets it up and out. This will most likely not make it for icing. They wave it off. And along the far boards, Grand Island trying to keep it in. To get it out of there. North Tonawanda keeping it in, and now here comes Grand Island back the other way. Grand Island across the blue line. They still got it. They'll take a shot right on. Nice save there by Janacek. And here comes Martinek the other way for North Tonawanda, but he can't control it. And now he almost took it away, but Grand Island gets it back. They'll start up on the far wing. They got players crashing the net. There's a shot. Oh, a great save there. And a missed opportunity for Grand Island. There's a rebound and a shot that goes high and wide. Golden opportunity there for Ryan Smith. And Grand Island has it in the slot. That shot is blocked, but they'll get it back and they'll fire. It'll go wide. Centering pass right out in front. Tipped. Comes to the near corner. Now back to the point. Past the defenseman into neutral ice. And Martinek for North Tonawanda skating and shooting. And he gets knocked down after a collision with the Grand Island player. And here come the Vikings back the other way. Long shot fired in. Kick to the corner. Peyton Abbott took that shot. And now the puck is cleared the length of the ice, and that will be icing. 10:23 to play. First period, Grand Island leading North Tonawanda 1-0, Randy.
And when we look at the Grand Island scoring attack here, it's Liam Snyder with 39 points. That includes 23 goals. Then you have Eddie Warchiak, and he has...
Korzak,
thank you. 13 goals and 35 points, and I'll get more on that in a minute here.
So the puck deep in the NTN, controlled by Grand Island. They'll bring it back and send it back into the corner, and NT will clear it to neutral ice. Ryan Smith goes back to get it, clears it to the near side. Ooh, off an NT stick, off a Grand Island stick. There's a good check by Grand Island, no penalty there. And coming back the other way is Liam Snyder. And it's taken away from him and sent down the length of the ice, and that's icing against North Tonawanda. So far, Randy, most of this game being played, as you would expect, in the North Tonawanda end of the rink.
And they do have their fair share of scorers on their team here. They have Ryan McAvoy, 5 goals, 12 points. Nick Andrea, who has 11 goals, 16 points, and I'll get more on that in a minute here, too, as we continue on here.
Well, and that'll be another icing if it goes, and they're not going to wave that one off, so go ahead. It's icing on North Tonawanda.
Daniel Martinek has 6 goals and 15 points on the season. Back to Grand Island here. Just a couple more of their goal scorers here and their leading scorers. Thomas Dwardek has 10 goals, 24 points on the season as well.
So off the face-off, Grand Island keeping it in along the far boards. Battle for it. Goes behind the net. And Martinick couldn't get it out, kept in by Grand Island, and then taken away by NT. It hops over the blue line, and it'll be controlled by Grand Island. That's Patrick Johnston skating over the line, taken away by Martinick, and now he has it taken away. And it goes into the near corner where Bo Staley goes back to get it. Kept in at the point. There's the wrist shot tipped, and it goes wide. And skating after it is Liam Snyder. He's still got it. Still got it, driving, and he shoots, and a nice save there by Janacek for North Tonawanda. Puck kept in at the blue line, right out in front. Janacek falls on it. And Grand Island, did that go in?
Yes, it did.
That's a goal. Well, it looked like Janacek had it, and it trickled through him, and it's 2-0 with 8:46 to play here in the first period.
You could watch it here. He went right down on both knees, and you watch the puck will just slowly trickle out past his knees here, and it goes right into the net. So we have a 2-0 game right now for Grand Island.
I don't know if we'll get a replay or not. I don't think so, but okay. No replay on that. Grand Island keeping it in again, and they'll be throwing a lot of pucks at the goaltender, and there's a pass up ahead. It's a little too far for NT's Nate Hartman.
But again, Janacek, initially it looked like got the puck. He had possession of it, but it just went down through the 5-hole and then just trickled on into the net. And believe me, it was a turtle crawl into that net going in there. And it even took the Grand Island players a couple seconds to make sure it went in the net for themselves.
Off the face-off, sent back behind the net. Grand Island throws it right out in front. Puck is loose. Eddie Korzak gets the goal. And here comes Grand Island again as they wind up at their own end. Oh, a collision along the near boards. Everybody got up, fortunately, as North Tonawanda winds it around the boards. Owen Bessingold got it around the boards, but he couldn't get it out. And now they get it out, and that's going to be another icing against North Tonawanda. This is shaping up as a long afternoon for the Lumberjacks. And we're seeing a lot of icings because they got to get the puck out of their own end of the rink.
At least then to be able to get a line change, because it's tough right now. They are being dominated. If you're looking at time control in one end of the rink, it's right now. It's in the Tonawanda end, or NT end, I should say, with Grand Island controlling everything.
Well, the puck goes behind the NT net. Battle for it behind the net. Puck goes into the corner. And NT will send it up and down the length of the ice, and that too will be icing. Want to remind everybody that boys high school hockey being brought to you by Howard Hanna Real Estate. Howard Hanna, where home happens here. Western New York Immediate Care, Logistics Plus of Buffalo, and Ad Pro Sports. Grand Island off to a good start, 2-0, 7:40 to play in the first period. And NT can't quite get it out. Now it comes out, goes back in, and NT will once again send it down the length of the ice, but that time it'll go right on the goaltender, Evan Smith. Well, I don't think he's seen any rubber at all today. And NT tries to keep it out of their end, taken away by Grand Island. They'll carry it into the zone, throw it toward the net, pinches off a stick, and goes into the corner where Snyder gets after it. And right behind the net, Grand Island can't get it out. NT can't get it out of their end. Nice move to keep it in. Right out in front, a shot and a save. Nice save there by Janacek. That was a beauty. And it'll go behind the net. Idrius Folletta tried to get it out front. Goes along the far boards. Martinick tries to get it out of there. He takes a check. Now it comes to the near side for Patrick Johnston. His pass is intercepted by Martinick, who gets around him. Martinick still has it. He'll center it right out in front, blocked at the defense, and there's a nice save as finally Smith gets some activity.
And I think Smith got, I think we're getting a penalty here against Grand Island.
Did Smith take a whack at him with that big goalie stick, did he?
I don't think so. This was called before. The referee's arm, when they had that breakaway going in there, the referee's arm went up, but I'm not totally sure why.
Well, this is odd because now that you see the referee motioning to the player to come on, get over here and get in the penalty box.
And we have a tripping penalty.
That's going to number 16, Patrick Johnston. Glenn Aikinger and James Nodrider, the officials for today's game. First power play of the game, and North Tonawanda can get back into this game on the power play here with 6:33 to go here in the first period. Nick DeAndrea back at the point, Martinick at the other one. And taking this face-off is Ryan McAvoy.
And this is a game changer right here. If they can score here, this cuts the lead in half. At least they're right back in the game. They don't score here, you're right, it could be a long afternoon for NT.
Kept in at the point by NT. Grand Island can't get it out of there. Kept in. There's a shot from the slot and a nice save by Evan Smith. Owen Bessingle took that shot.
NT just needs to get a little bit more traffic in front of that net, get a player or two more in front of that net to see if they can get a deflection or get a bounce going their way to see if they can get a good scoring chance here.
So off the face-off, and Grand Island will clear it the length of the ice, and there's a race for the puck. Grand Island is going to force the goaltender to wind it around the boards. NT trying to get it out of there. And they do as Bensigle sends it up on the far boards. Here comes NT to Martinick. Oh, the puck is loose right out in front. I don't know how they didn't get that one in. We have a whistle. Another, is the net off? Or
well, Stu, there was an NT player literally leaning on the goaltender from Grand Island as we watch it here on the replay. Watch what happens. Here it comes. And watch this guy come right in there, 34. He's leaning on him, and then I think it kind of forced everything off the net there.
That was Nick DeAndrea. Now Martinick has the puck for NT. Cross ice to DeAndrea. And NT looking to get that power play going. Just a minute left on the power play, and they'll send it up on the wing and fire it into the Grand Island zone, and chasing after it is Nate Ziemba. Puck loose right out in front, kept in by NT. There's a shot blocked, and NT will still be able to nope, they couldn't keep that one in. DeAndrea almost kept it in. Now they do keep it in, and it's right in front of the goaltender, taken away. Smith looked behind him. He wasn't sure where it was. That could have been another penalty, and number 5 is taken down. McAvoy got taken down by Grand Island. There's a shot that is stopped by Smith. Nice save there as NT getting some pressure on the power play, and Grand Island will just send it down the length of the ice.
And I'll tell you, Grand Island's lucky here. They have made some very costly errors in their end of the ice that hasn't cost them yet.
And that puck is deflected away by Smith into the corner. NT in the red, Grand Island in the white, and here comes Grand Island back the other way. It's Snyder, and he'll send it behind the NT net, and going back to get it is Owen Bessingle. And he sends it around the boards on the far side, chipped up but not out of the zone. NT can't get it out of there. Now they finally do, and Liam Snyder will fire it right back in as the power play is over. Banked off the boards, kept in at the blue line by Grand Island, and taken away in front of the net by NT, and they'll fire it down ice right on Smith as GI will go back to get it in the person of Ryan Smith. And he'll bank it off the boards. It'll be chipped into the NT zone. Oh, and off the stick, Snyder has it. Went off the stick of an NT player on the far side. There's a wrister fired and cleared. Good opportunity there, but Peyton Abbott's shot didn't get through a lot of traffic. Now it comes into the zone. Here's Abbott chasing after it into the corner. He'll wind it around the boards. Controlled by Grand Island. Oh, big check there. He still fires a shot, and a nice save there by Janacek. And he'll hold on to it with 3:29 to go in the first period. 2-0 Grand Island leading.
And for Janacek, he has been pretty solid in goal. I can't fault him really on the one goal at all, but he has faced a lot of rubber here in this first period.
Cole Barlotta, and the face-off comes out of the Grand Island end. And now it'll simply be oh, big hit there, too. Another big hit.
They seem to like doing him right in front of us.
Yeah, they do. Maybe they don't like us. NT going back to try to play the puck. Aiden Corbett getting around the boards, but not out. And North Tonawanda will keep it, and Ryan McAvoy has it, and he'll clear it up the length of the ice. No icing there, as going back to get it is Ryan Smith for Grand Island. And Smith way up ahead on the wing. Here comes with a shot and a save by Janacek. Thomas Dvorak fired that shot for Grand Island. And we'll have a face-off deep in the NT end of the rink.
Well, Cole Bartolotta is going off the ice there, number 7 for Grand Island. But I'll tell you, somebody better check his skates, because I swear he's got rockets in those things. He's been flying all over this ice, and he's forced NT into some really bad situations.
Along the far boards, NT can't get it out. Kept in nicely by Grand Island. And now they'll get it out to neutral ice, and Grand Island will just fire it back in. Connor Morrow fired it back in, and Zach Prisbill goes after it. And there's a shot that goes just a little bit wide. Grand Island centers it right out in front, a shot and a score, and make it 3-0. Grand Island with 2:14 to play in the first period. Tucker Schoen, I have a number 5. I thought it was him on one roster, not the other. And I believe that was Schoen who gets the goal to make it 3-0.
I'm not totally sure about that. I'm just looking there on the replay, and we'll wait for the official announcement to come out here.
So Grand Island ups the lead to 3-0, and they'll clear it into the NT zone again, and they'll bank it off the boards to neutral ice, where Grand Island will have it. They're calling him Tucker Shane, so my apologies. Goes behind the net for NT, and they'll turn it over right out in front. And you can hear Grand Island tapping the sticks as they look to add to their 3-0 lead. North Tonawanda can't get it out of their own end. Grand Island controlling it in the corner along the far boards, and finally Martinek for NT, and he has it knocked off of his stick, and it's sent into the zone by Moscardo, and Grand Island will go back to get it. Sully Cordy now along the near boards. NT has it, and they'll get it to neutral ice. 1:24 to play, first period, 3-0 Grand Island. It's been pretty much all Grand Island, to be perfectly honest about it. Vikings in the white. That looked a little offside, no call there. And now they'll wait for Grand Island to clear the zone, and they'll go back to get it. Julian Whitish, and he'll send it down the length of the ice, and that'll be icing against North Tonawanda with 1:02 to play here in the first period.
And Stu, I'll tell you, you're right. It has been all Grand Island here, and really that one power play attempt that NT had just did not come to fruition. So immediately then about 3 or 4 minutes later, Grand Island comes down and puts their third goal in here.
Well, we're in the final minute of play in the first period, and here comes North Tonawanda driving toward the net. We get a whistle. I believe that was offside. I don't think there's a penalty there.
I'm not sure, Stu.
Oh, well.
I'm not sure. I have a feeling there's a call, but I have a feeling it's going to NT. I could be wrong, but it looks like a red shirt is heading to no, maybe not. You were right.
Randy, never argue with me. You should know better by now.
I'll stop right now.
I'm just kidding.
That'll do it for me. I don't have my white flag on me, but that's it.
I've known Randy forever, so I can say that to him. Oh, big hit there. Ryan McAvoy with a huge check. And here's NT with the puck in their own end of the rink. They'll fire it off the boards on the far side into the Grand Island. And centering pass was intercepted by NT. 2 players go down. No call there. And here comes Snyder for Grand Island the other way. He's ridden off the puck. Now we get a whistle. And now we got a slashing penalty, and I think that one is going to North Tonawanda. That'll be the team captain, Owen Bessengill, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong, too.
No, this one's going to be number 34 is heading to the box.
That's Nick DeAndrea for North Tonawanda. I thought it was Bessengill. At least I got it half right. There was a penalty. Thomas Dvorak will take the face-off for Grand Island.
And I'm staying away from this one. Totally staying away on this one, Stu.
Into the corner, wound around the far boards, kept in by Grand Island. Final 15 seconds of the first period. Centering pass had a wide open net, a shot, and a nice save there by Janacek off Snyder. It'll go back. Here's Snyder again, and he'll pass it. There's a shot that goes off the boards, and Eddie Warzek took that shot, and that'll bring the first period to a close. Grand Island will start the second period on a power play with 1 minute and 39 seconds to play. So a 3-0 lead after one for GI, and I guess we kind of expected that.
And we kind of called it right from the beginning of the game based on all the stats and stuff we have in front of us here. But, yeah, it's been all Grand Island so far here over NT.
All right, well, stay tuned. Francis Beck is going to recap the earlier game won by Kenmore West 5-2 over Amherst, and he'll have a recap of this first period and the 3 goals by Grand Island. Want to remind everybody that the intermission is brought to you by Western New York Immediate Care, Howard Hanna Power Play, Howard Hanna Home Happens Here, Logistics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home. Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does he get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And...
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Even the most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
All right, welcome back to the Northtown Center in Amherst. We are in intermission one of the second game of our hockey weekend in the Fed. This is the Western New York Immediate Care Intermission Report. Western New York Immediate Care is there for you. Right now, they have the number 1 seed in the small school tournament, Grand Island Vikings, leading NFL foe and North Tonawanda 3-0 so far. Let's take a look at how we got here. So far, it's been the Eddie Korachek show. Number 9 has scored 2 goals. He scored early in the game, just a couple minutes in the first period, assist to Idris Valletta. And then a few minutes later, he scored again, about halfway through the period, assist Sully Cordy and Leadham Snyder. Grand Island added their 3rd goal later in the first period, about 2 minutes left. Tucker Schoen scored, assist to number 11, Joe Geyer and Zach Paisley. So again, that's our second game. Then our first game, which wrapped up maybe about 20 minutes ago, was Amherst and Kenmore West. It was the 8th-seeded Blue Devils beating Amherst 5-2 to advance to the quarterfinals on Tuesday. I spoke with Aiden Ionenko from Kenmore West. He had 2 goals and an assist in that game. That interview is going on our social media in just a few moments. I spoke with him, so you'll be able to watch it. What he had to say after the game. But that's where we stand right now. We are in the second of 4 games today, second of 8 games this weekend at the Northtown Center for the pre-quarterfinals. Coming up after this game, it will be Star Point and West Seneca East in the 3rd game. John Karuba, Randy Schultz will be on the call for that one. And then we're going to wrap up the night with Niagara Wakefield and West Seneca West. Coverage continues tomorrow for our hockey weekend in the Fed, 1 o'clock. It's going to be Iroquois Alden against Frontier, followed by Williamsville East, Newport. Our 3rd game will be Hamburg and Sweet Home, and then we'll wrap up the weekend with Kenmore East and Williamsville South. That'll wrap up this weekend. Small school quarterfinals. Again, these are the pre-quarterfinals this weekend. Quarterfinals will take place Tuesday, 6 and 8 o'clock. From both the Harbor Center and Northtown Center. You can catch those games right here on Western New York Athletics. Section 6 hockey continues really for 5 days in a row, next 5-6 days. After Sunday, Monday night will be the large school semifinals, 6 and 8:30. We start with Orchard Park against Clarence, and then it's going to be Williamsville North and Lancaster. Those games will be available on the NFHS network. We have already put those links out on our Facebook and Twitter pages, so you can grab those. There is a subscription required. The NFHS network will be streaming all games from the semifinals on through the state championships. And again, that subscription you get will cover you for all those games, as well as games all the way across the state. Again, Tuesday is the quarterfinals for small school. Wednesday is the private school semifinals. We have top-seeded St. Mary's will take on St. Francis at 6 o'clock. And then 8:30 it'll be Nichols against St. Joe's. Thursday, it'll be our 6th. The end of our stretch will be the small school semifinals. They'll both be at the Harbor Center, and both games will be on the NFHS network. Of course, the Super Monday takes place 1 week from Monday. It'll be February 28th. We'll have I can look it up here. The private school final takes place at 3:30, followed by the large school final at 6 and the small school final at 8:30. Those games are also on the NFHS network. Back here, though, to the Northtown Center. It is Grand Island, the top-seeded Vikings, leading North Tonawanda 3-0. They lead in every department except for hits, which the Lumberjacks have the 4-1 lead. But it looks like the Vikings are taking care of business so far. We have a couple minutes left in this first intermission report. We will take...
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home. Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does he get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
We're back here at the Northtown Center, 3-0 Grand Island leading North Tonawanda. And Randy, you got some stats right there?
And as we left you in the last period, the shots on goal that were announced is Grand Island 14 and NT 8. And I know we've got different stats up here on the thing, but this is what was announced over the PA. So it's 14-8, Grand Island over NT on that. With the 3 goals that were scored, 2 of them, and against 2, you're going to have to help me on this in case I butcher it. Warchiak got Korzak got 2 of the goals, and the other goal, who I honest to God don't have. Oh, here he is. Tucker Shane got the other goal for them. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What would I do without you?
Probably,
Not much.
Probably enjoy your life. And here comes Snyder, and he'll fire a shot for Grand Island. Grand Island on the power play. They're setting it up here with DeAndrea in the penalty box. Grand Island in the white, up 3-0. And there's a shot that's fanned on by Snyder, but he got the puck back. About a minute left on the power play. Grand Island has it set up. Back to point. The wrist shot is gloved by Janacek, and there'll be a face-off in the NT end of the rink. Had a nice visit between periods with John Roth, Grand Island's athletic director, one of my favorite guys.
John and I started off years ago when I was at Niagara Community College as a student, and John was just starting out his career, but he was at NCCC.
Really? I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
I know John was a great pitcher back in the day. Great athlete. And here's Grand Island with the puck. Up on the far wing, be carried into the zone by Snyder. They'll take a wrist shot right out in front. Oh, nice defensive play there by NT to cover up on that one. Might have been Korzak, and there's a shot by Snyder that's blocked. Korzak has the rebound, get it back to Snyder, and he'll send it back to Korzak. He'll spin away from a check, get it back to Snyder, and Snyder will fire a wrist shot that goes just wide. Tipped wide, NT can't get it out of there. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Korzak fires, stopped, puck loose in the very dangerous area in front of the net. It goes back to the far side. Power play is over, and Snyder will shoot, and it's stopped by Janacek, and he'll hang on for a face-off. So Grand Island putting on some good pressure here early in the second period.
That was a pretty decent looking power play attempt there, and I'll tell you, that shows why Grand Island finished their season at 12-8-0 on the year. And interestingly, they weren't that good at home. They were 5-6-0 at home on their home ice, but their away record was 7-2.
Never figure that stuff out. It's just, for whatever reason, there's so many things that just don't add up. Puck tied up in the near corner. Now NT trying to get it out, but they can't do it. And Grand Island controls the puck now in the near corner. Now it goes behind the net. Martinick battling for it for North Tonawanda. And it's still loose in the near corner. And NT will skate it out. Here's Martinick across the blue line. And he had it taken away. Goes back behind the Grand Island net. And the Vikings will get it up to Shane. And a couple of players collide near the blue line, and both of them went down. North Tonawanda gets the puck. Owen Bessingle got it up and out, and Martinek goes across the blue line, tried to split 3 players, couldn't do it. And here comes Snyder for Grand Island. Snyder sends it into the corner, and now North Tonawanda will get it, and the pass is a little too far for anybody as the Lumberjacks will make a line change. And going back to get it is Connor Morrow. And it's now the puck is fired into the Grand Island end of the rink by Ryan McAvoy. And here comes NT trying to get some pressure on. They'll take a shot, stop. Nice save there by Evan Smith. And the puck will be cleared the length of the ice by Grand Island, and the Vikings are called for icing. I believe that's the first time this game that Grand Island has been called for icing.
And just a little note on Evan Smith that I happened to find out here between periods. Cliff Smith, a long-time off-ice official at Buffalo Sabres games, is Evan's grandfather. And today, Cliff, along with several others, were honored for 25 years of service.
How nice. That's very nice to hear. Congratulations to the Smith family. Now the puck at neutral ice, taken away by Grand Island. It's Snyder. And he's ridden off the puck, but he battles through it, gets it behind the net. Grand Island looking to build on that 3-0 lead. Along the near boards in the corner. Wound around the far boards. It'll be kept in at the point by Grand Island. They'll throw it toward the net, kick to the corner by Janacek, and now it comes to the near point. It'll be set toward the net, almost tipped in there. Nice job on the tip in. And Grand Island still has it. And they'll fire it across ice. Back behind the net, wound around the near boards. And Grand Island can't keep it in, and going back to chase after it is Ryan Smith. And here's Smith up on the wing for Peyton Abbott, and it'll be cleared into the NT zone. It'll go back behind the net. Snyder behind the net, lurking. And now NT banks it off the boards. And it comes to Grand Island right out in front. And taken away by Karchak. Sent wide, right out in front. And no, they did not score as Janacek fell on that one, although that horn went off. A penalty coming up. No? Did that go?
I'm a little confused because it's like...
they must have scored, Randy. I am losing my mind here.
This one, Stu. Here, we're going to watch it again. Here's the play coming around. The shot on goal. And it looks like possibly 14 may have gotten the goal on the play.
All right, well, it's definitely 4-0 on the Grand Island goal. I thought the referee was pointing as in the goaltender had frozen the puck. Obviously not. Here's Grand Island again. There's a shot that goes wide. Michael Greer gets the goal, a senior, number 20, and it's 4-0. And here's Grand Island again. They'll throw it toward the net. Comes into the near corner. So that was just good hard work by Grand Island that time. Nothing fancy about it. And it goes into the far corner, and chasing after it is Idrias Folletta. 11:40 to play, second period, 4-0 Grand Island. They're in complete control here. You can see easily how these games get out of hand. Grand Island will once again keep it in, and they'll throw it toward the net, and Janacek tips it aside on the shot by Sully Corte. Another shot from the point. That one's blocked. Martinick has it for North Tonawanda, and he'll clear it the length of the ice. And that icing is waved off as the goaltender Smith came out to play it. And here comes Grand Island again across the blue line. It's Court, and he'll fire a shot that's blocked. And it goes right out in front. Goaltender looking behind him briefly, and kept in by Grand Island. Nice play there. And it's sent into the near corner. We'll get a whistle. And let's see what this whistle is for. See if anybody's going back to the power play here.
Doesn't look like it.
Nope,
doesn't
think
look
so.
like it.
Nope.
You know, interesting with Janacek, he didn't appear to be the #1 goalie overall this year as far as number of minutes played. He played 286 minutes, but his fellow goalie, Phil Cirillo, had 466 minutes in goal.
Well, Cirillo is not here today.
And that's
what the coach told me. So I don't know why, he's just not here. And North Tonawanda will fire that down the length of the ice, and that'll be icing against the Lumberjacks. So Grand Island leading this one 4-0. They're in complete control. Most of the game has been played in the Grand Island end of the rink. More hockey coming up later tonight. We have 2 more games coming up for you here on Western New York Athletics, and I assume, Randy, you'll be involved with those.
I will be here for both.
And in between periods, there's another shot for Grand Island. We'll hear from Francis Beck. He'll recap all the action in this game, set up the later games, and talk about the 5-2 win for Kenmore West over Amherst. There's a shot that goes right on the goaltender Smith, and he'll fire it up on the boards. And here's Grand Island coming back the other way. Chance Luthringer. And here's a shot and a save. And Grand Island has the puck out of the North Tonawanda zone, and now they'll bank it off the boards, and Snyder has it. And Snyder for Grand Island looks to keep it in. He follows the puck into the corner, and Snyder gets it out front. Still has it, and there's a shot. Oh, that must have been blocked. Sully Corte took that shot, and it did not get through. And here comes Grand Island with the long pass the other way, and NT turns it around. Snyder takes it away from Martinek and carries it into the zone. Snyder has it knocked off of his stick, and the puck is loose, and Snyder almost got it again, and it comes out to the neutral zone. And now it's cleared down the length of the ice, and Smith will come out and play that one for Grand Island. Does a couple of things, no icing, and it keeps the clock moving. And here's North Tonawanda the other way. Martinek made a nice play there, and he couldn't get past the final 2 defenders. And now here comes Grand Island back the other way. Collision behind the net, puck goes into the near corner, wound around the boards, and tipped away from Grand Island at the last minute as they go back to get it. And we have a whistle. And that faceoff will come back all the way into the Grand Island end of the rink for the icing.
And for you, I'm sure for you folks watching this game at home here, you're enjoying the warmth of your home and that. We're enjoying the warmth of the building here because believe me, outside it is a bit chilly.
Well, off the face-off, it goes into the corner, and Grand Island looking to get it out of there. DeAndrea fires a shot, and it's knocked away by the goaltender Smith and comes out to neutral ice, where Snyder carries it into the NT zone. And here comes NT back the other way, and getting knocked down is Nate Hartman. And now on the far side, there's a whistle. And let's see if that's just offside or something more than that. Looks like it's Grand Island's going to the power play.
And it looks
as
like
Bo Staley comes into the penalty box.
I was just going to say, it was Bo Staley coming in here at number 55. And,
high sticking, I believe, is the call.
Things were getting a little rough here for the first time this afternoon, physically wise, we're talking here.
Well, you got to believe that NT's got to be one very frustrated hockey team.
No question. Absolutely no question on that one.
And here's Shane at the point. Now Grand Island setting up the power play. And he fans on the shot, but he does get it to Shane, and he'll fire. And they score on the rebound. With 7:43 to play here in the second period. And I believe that goal is scored again by Michael Greer.
Not a bad game. You've got two players now from Grand Island who have 2 goals apiece, and then just simply throw in Tucker Shane as your odd goal scorer here, who has the lone goal, only 1 goal, so he's got to kind of catch up here.
Well, that was either Dvorak or Greer. At first I thought it was 20, it might have been 26. Either way, it's 5-0, and Grand Island adds to the lead. And the Vikings have the puck back behind their own net. Jason Hill, and NT fires it into the zone.
Grand Island's goal scored on the power play, number 26.
It was 26. Dvorak gets the goal. I stand corrected, or I did kind of correct myself. Here's Grand Island flying down the wind. They'll take a shot, and a save by Janacek.
No, you did have it, Stu, and again, we apologize to those viewing this game at home, and that sometimes on these numbers and the way these jerseys get crunched up here a little bit, we try and catch the number as quickly as we can, but sometimes we don't get the clear number.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, because some of these guys, it's like they have it rolled up somewhere, which makes it difficult to see.
That Wayne Gretzky look?
Yeah.
That little tuck in the back?
Yes.
Holy cow.
You could call it that. I like that description. As NT fires the puck down the length of the ice, that's icing.
And it proves only one thing.
I'm old. I was just going to say it proves only that there's one Wayne Gretzky.
That's true. There is only one Wayne Gretzky, and he has set the standard for a lot of what these players do today. Although some of these players really weren't even born when Gretzky was in his prime in that. So
it's hard to wrap my head around that. Let me ask you a question, Randy. Okay, and take your time on this one. I see all these debates on Facebook. Greatest player ever. Wayne Gretzky, Bobby Orr, Mario Lemieux, Gordie Howe, or whoever. Who is your greatest player ever? And there's a whistle, and that's got to be another penalty coming up on North Tonawanda.
I have never hesitated on this. My favorite all-time.
I didn't say favorite.
Oh,
I said who's the all-time greatest.
My all-time greatest.
No penalty there, by the way. My mistake.
Is Bobby Orr. For one reason, he revolutionized the game unlike any other player. He put the whole new spin on being a defenseman, even more so than an old Doug Harvey back in the 50s and early 60s. It's tough when you throw Gretzky and Howe in there as well. But no, I still consider Bobby Orr the greatest.
Interesting, because I go with Wayne Gretzky. Because Gretzky, he did revolutionize the game, and they changed rules because of him. Here's Grand Island flying in there. They did not score that time, had a good opportunity. They'll keep it in at the blue line and fire it back behind the net. Gretzky set up his office behind the net, and he owns almost every record in the offensive record book. So it's a great argument and an interesting argument, which is why I brought it up.
And I'll add one more thing in a minute here as play continues on here.
As North Tonawanda will clear that one. And that, too, will be icing. We'll get another face-off in the NT end of the ring.
In my library of hockey material that I have in my office at home, I happen to watch this video on Gretzky. There's one thing about Wayne Gretzky I never realized until they actually focused and took all these little snippets how much physical abuse this guy took on the ice before Marty McSorley ever stepped in for him. And, I mean, this guy was just, spun and hit down and body checked and yet set all those records.
And there's a shot right out in front. North Tonawanda trying to get it out of their end of the rink. Grand Island will simply keep it in. And they'll battle for it along the far boards. Now, a mutual friend of ours tells a story about as Grand Island fires from the point and Janacek makes the save. Good shot, good save there. Ryan Smith fired that one. The story is, it was told to him by a former NHL player. It's not my story, so I'm not going to quote anybody. But a former NHL player did tell a mutual friend of ours that Wayne Gretzky worked so hard. When you came back to the bench, you were absolutely exhausted when you checked him. There's a shot and gloved by Janacek. Smith fired that shot again, whereas a certain other great player who wore number 66 had a reputation as somewhat as a floater from time to time. So that was an NHL player's take that if you didn't work, you really had to work hard when Wayne Gretzky was out there because he gave it his all every shift. Now,
I will not argue with that story at all. I can totally concur with that. I always hesitate on that floater label that they gave Lemieux,
yes.
but the thing about Gretzky, absolutely, hands down, I would totally agree with that story.
So Martinick is stopped at one end, and Janacek will cover up at the other end. 4:46 to play in the second period, 5-0 Grand Island. This issue, I hate to say it, but has never really been in doubt. Just one of those mismatches that happens in the playoffs from time to time.
Actually, NT got one quick shot off within about the first 15 seconds of the game, and Smith came up with a big save on it, and after that, everything has been turned over to Grand Island.
And Grand Island will once again keep that in the zone. There's a shot, and it's gloved by Janacek, who's been a very busy goaltender there. Shot coming from a strange angle right along the boards. It was fired in there.
Yeah, all of a sudden it was going along the boards, and then a player caught it and sent it flying his way, and he managed to do the Olé save, and he's had to make a lot of those saves today.
So Grand Island's Chance Luthringer goes back to get the puck, hops over his stick along the far boards, but now he'll get it back from Zach Brisbill, and it'll be up ahead for Shane too far. There to neutralize. Grand Island will just send it back into the NT end of the rink. And now NT will fire that on goal, stopped by Smith, and he'll put his stick on it and pass it up ahead to Shane. And here comes Grand Island again across the blue line and ridden off the play nicely there. That was good defensive play by North Tonawanda. And here comes Smith out to play the puck. He almost slipped that time. But he does keep the clock moving because those all would have been icings. Here comes Grand Island down the wing. Centering pass for Snyder does not connect. Corte looking for the puck at the blue line. Kept in by Grand Island. Shane kept it in. That shot goes wide. And Janacek will cover that one up, but he's looking for the puck behind him again. I think that puck was a little bit wide, but he managed to cover it up.
And, you know, you got to like a goalie like Smith who just keeps the play going, but he's probably got a method in his madness.
Oh, no doubt.
He wants to get an assist in this game. There's no question about it. I mean, if you look at it, when they got that shot on goal, that was only the third player that had touched it. He would have gotten an assist on that if that would have went in. I like his style.
I hadn't really thought about that, but you're right. I'm thinking he just wants to keep the clock moving because NT's iced the puck a bunch of times, and it slows the game down. But I think you're right. A little bit of both. I think we're both right.
I think I will agree. I would say he's smart enough. He wants to keep that game going.
Well, Snyder took a shot. It was stopped by Janacek. Goes into the far corner. Mascardo after it, but it's kept in by Grand Island. Sent into the near corner. We're under 3 minutes to play in the second period. Back at the near point. Grand Island has it. Now they send it into the corner. Martinek going back to do some back checking. Oh, the puck rolled right in front of the goaltender, in front of the goal. And now here comes NT the other way on the far side. Martinek, he'll take a shot. Saved by Smith, who the force of the shot kind of knocked him back close to the goal line. Not that far, but close enough. You could see he slid back a bit after he made the save. So Martinek having a strong game for North Tonawanda, big number 40.
And of course, Smith had two of his defenseman buddies right in front of him who were right there to protect him, and the referee blew the whistle on the play.
So off the face-off, Grand Island. NT doing some forechecking, and they forced a turnover right out in front, and DeAndrea's shot is tipped high and wide, and Grand Island gets the loose puck. They'll send it up on the wing for Cole Barlotta, excuse me. And then once again, that'll be sent down the length of the ice, and once again, Smith will play it. He'll send it up on the wing, and it's taken by Barlotta. And here comes Snyder across the blue line. Snyder with a shot. Score! Somehow that got behind. That looked like it went right through the glove. I thought he had it. Instead, it's 6-0.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, it looks like it. Here it comes. Lets the shot. He really let a quick wrister go, and that was in there without a question. And you know, the classy thing about Grand Island right here, Stu, is they're not making big celebrations out of it. They score their goal, end of story. They know who they've got on the ropes right now, so they're not rubbing it in their face.
That's Snyder's first goal of the day. And there it is. There's your assist for Smith. You were right, Randy. Good call. Look at that. We have an elbowing penalty coming up here. Not 2 minutes after you said he wants an assist, he gets an assist.
And I'm looking back here at Cliff Smith right now, and he is one happy grandpa back there. There is no question about it. He is one happy grandpa back there for his grandson who got a point on that one. So, hey, you know, I think we were still both right on the call. He's a classy goalie who wants to keep this game moving, keep things moving right along, and that's so good job. Very good job.
Well, Sully Corte takes an elbowing penalty for Grand Island, and the Vikings clear it down the length of the ice. And going back to get it, Grand Island doing some forechecking. Going back to get it is DeAndrea. And here comes Martinick for NT across the blue line, waiting for his teammates to catch up to him. He'll send it into the corner to Ryan McAvoy. Right out in front, it goes just wide. There's a shot. Still going wide. Smith looking for the puck, controlled by NT to the far point. NT takes a shot and saved by Smith, and he'll fall on that one. So NT getting a shot and some pressure on the power play as we're into the final minute and 6 seconds of the second period.
And I wasn't sure if there was Smith was having a little bit of difficulty there once he got down on the ice and got down on all fours. Looks like he's just hurting a little bit there. I don't know if he caught a stick or something, or
another penalty coming up, Randy. And Grand Island will be 2 men short as Cole Barlotta heads to the penalty box.
That one I didn't quite see.
I didn't either. I didn't even see the signal. And the referee pokes his head into the penalty box and has some extra words. I don't know what he's talking about. I can't hear him, but he's pointing. Did he throw him out of the game? Oh, he got a misconduct.
He got a misconduct out of it.
Well,
you know, you're up 6-0. You don't have to talk back to the referee on this one. It didn't really do him any good. He's out of the game now.
Is he out of the next game?
And I'm not sure about that one. That we're going to have to get clarification from.
He is out of the next game? No, he's not. He's just a misconduct from this game.
We'll find out in the intermission.
All right, Francis Beck will find out and let us know. Not a smart play there either way.
And if there's one guy who will find out for us, it'll be Francis. He is on top of these situations. And I only have one question about Francis. When does this guy rest?
Never.
He is, honest to goodness, he is just going all the time, and he just does a great job here.
McAvoy will take this face-off, a 2-man advantage for North Tonawanda. Oh, and it hops over Martinick's stick as we're in the final minute of the second period, and Grand Island up big, 6-0. And, stolen away by Grand Island, but now NT gets it back. They'll cross over the blue line. 2-man advantage here. Back to... And here's NT. Back to the point. And the pass hops over Martinick's stick. This is one of those times you got to shoot the puck, fellas. They'll take a shot. Saved by Smith, and he grabbed the rebound out of the air. McAvoy fired a shot. Smith caught it, and it popped up and came back into his glove. Nice save, nice work there by Smith.
That was very nice. And I'll tell you, I know he hasn't had a lot of work today, but boy, that was one time right there. He was on top of the situation and made sure he kept that glove away from that net.
And Martinick to Bessing. Oh, the pass is too far and goes out of the zone. Tough break there for NT. Now Martinick. Martinick winds up. We're in the final 10 seconds of the second period. Here's Martinick. DeAndrea fires and it goes wide. Here's Martinick in the corner. Martinick centering pass. Shot and the save is made at the buzzer by Smith. And when we come back in the third period, North Tonawanda will still be on the power play. They'll have a two-man advantage for 15 seconds and stay on the power play for 55. But Grand Island, Randy, adds to the lead and leads 6-0 after 2.
And I'll tell you, this is this is exactly the way we thought it was going to play out, and this is the way we go into the second intermission here.
All right, the second intermission is brought to you by Western New York Immediate Care. Francis Beck coming up with a recap of what's happened so far today and a look ahead.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home. Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does he get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Well, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And...
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Even the most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
All right, welcome back to the Northtown Center in Amherst. Game 2 of Hockey Weekend in the Feds. Section 6 boys hockey small school pre-quarterfinals. And as you can see, it's the #1 seeded Grand Island Vikings with a commanding 6-0 lead over the North Tonawanda Lumberjacks. Let's take a look back at the scoring, how we got here. It's been pretty even. Grand Island came out of the gate 3-0, scored 3 goals in the first period, and they matched that in the second. Eddie Kowarek 2 goals to start the game in the first half of the first period. Then it was Tucker Schoen, the 3rd goal of the game. That gave the Vikings a 3-0 lead going into the second. And again, in the second, the Vikings continue on. It was Michael Greer scoring early. Again, he got Kowarek to give him an assist. Payne Abbott as well, make it 4-0. Then the Vikings got a power play goal. Thomas Dorak scored, assists Liam Snyder and Iris Valletta. Liam Snyder had the Vikings' 5th goal. After the assist, he scored. About 2:01 rating in the second period. And, that gives us, sorry, that was the 6th goal. So again, 6-0 Grand Island. Second game of 4 games today for the Section 6 pre-quarterfinals. 4 more tomorrow. Coming up next is going to be Star Point, West Seneca East. That'll be followed by Niagara Wakefield, West Seneca West at 8:30. Coverage continues of the small school pre-quarterfinals. 1 o'clock tomorrow, Iroquois Alden against Frontier. It'll be followed by Williamsville East, Newport. Hamburg Sweet Home is set to face opening face-off for 6 o'clock. And then we wrap up the weekend with Kenmore East and Williamsville South. Our first game of the day was Kenmore West and Amherst. It was the Blue Devils pulling up the win 5-2 over the Tigers. Aiden Ienko had 2 goals and an assist, led the way for the Blue Devils as they move on to Tuesday's quarterfinals. It'll be 4 games, 2 games here at Northtown, 2 at Harbor Center, but all 4 will be right here on Western New York Athletics. Today is the first of 6 days of hockey in the Section 6 playoffs. Monday, we continue with the Section 6 large school semifinals. Those are set. It's going to be #1 seeded Orchard Park taking on Clarence. That's a 6 o'clock face-off, followed by Will North and Lancaster, 8:30. Both games from the Harbor Center and will be live streamed on the NFHS network. Those links are already up on our social media pages, and you check out our Twitter and Facebook pages for those. NFHS, there is a subscription. Everything from the semifinals on through the states will be on the NFHS network. That one subscription will get you access to all of those games, including ones from across the state. Again, Tuesday, as I mentioned before, is the 4 quarterfinal games. Those will be brought to you on Western New York Athletics. Then Wednesday will be the private school semifinals. It'll be St. Mary's at 6 o'clock hosting St. Francis. And then 8:30 will be Nichols St. Joe's. Those games on the NFHS network. And then Thursday is the small school semifinal, 6 and 8:30 from the Harbor Center. Those on the NFHS network. And then the finals for the private, smalls, and large will be Monday the 28th. Those games on the NFHS network. We will put out links for those games as soon as we have them. So keep an eye on our social media at WNY Athletics on Twitter, and then just search WNY Athletics on Facebook as well. We have a couple minutes left in this first intermission. Again, it's the Grand Island, second intermission. It's Grand Island leading North Tonawanda.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home. Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does he get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And
if you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Being home. Stu Boyer and Randy Schultz back at the Northtown Center as we see the stats with a 6-0 lead for Grand Island. So, Randy, go give us your take and the stats on this one.
It looks like all Grand Island here for the most part. 28-11 total shots on goal through 2 periods. Scoring chances 12-5. And then, of course, hits. Well, that's the one place that NT has got the advantage. But unfortunately, hits do not win games necessarily. So most of those stats are I'm not one of these analytic guys, but these stats are showing true to the score of 6-0.
So you're not a big believer in analytics?
I really am not.
But you're a big believer in the eyeball test. Yes?
The eyeball test.
In other words, what you see.
See is what you... Okay, yes.
Okay. Wanted to make sure.
Wait a minute.
Well,
I always learn something from Stu every game, and that was the new one, the eyeball test. Okay.
All right. Well, when the third period starts, which will be shortly, North Tonawanda will be on the power play. They'll have a 2-man advantage for 15 seconds and the power play for 55 seconds. So a golden opportunity coming up here for the Lumberjacks, who trail 6-0. James Knockrider and Glenn Aikinger, the referees in this one. There's been one player given a game misconduct. It was Cole Barlotta for Grand Island. He took a penalty and followed it up with some comments that the referees did not appreciate it. They put their hands on the hip and said 10-minute misconduct. He will be back in the third period, but he will miss a chunk of it. And perhaps he learned something.
We can only hope. We can only hope on that one, Stu.
Yes,
but, there's one thing here for NT. I'm strongly guessing they know this might be their last game of the season. So if I'm a coach, and I know this sounds really old school, but I'd say, hey, let's go out and see if we can win this third period. You can't. We know we're up against it to win the game, but let's see if we can win a period here and go out and go into the next season on that note. And that's what I would be looking at for the NT players. And really, right now, they've got 15 seconds to really take advantage of a situation that doesn't occur that often. They have a 2-player advantage right now.
Well, when we have 2 players in the penalty box, Greer and Corte for Grand Island, Janacek defending the goal to our right, and Smith, who has the shutout so far, defending the goal to our left. And off the opening faceoff, the puck goes into the Grand Island end of the rink. They will clear it down the length of the ice, and going back to get it is DeAndrea as the first penalty comes to an end. And NT Martinek on the far side, his pass is intercepted. Now NT fires it into the zone. Nate Ziemba fires it into the zone, but Grand Island will fire it down the length of the ice. Is under 30 seconds left on the power play. DeAndrea in the corner. Has it taken away. A shot and a save by Janacek. Stolen away by Eddie Korchak, who has, I believe, 2 goals already.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And I've got to believe he is not, according to my unofficial stats here, he has not picked up any assists on any of those other goals. So he has a 2-goal night, and that's been it. So,
well, they'll have the face-off on the near side.
Actually, jump in. He does have an assist.
Thank you. Francis jumps in and says he has an assist. Well, Grand Island keeps the puck in, and they'll fire it from the point, tipped right in front. Tipped by Korchak, of all people, as we're just talking about him. And now NT, as the power play ends, they're unable to take advantage of the 2-man advantage. Bessingle has it for NT. His pass for Martinek is way too high and way too far, and it goes into the Grand Island end of the rink. Reminder, as it's cleared into the NT end of the rink, and Snyder going back to get it. Snyder in forechecking. Keeps it in along the far boards. He's still got it. Snyder will take a shot. It's knocked to the corner and fired back behind the net by NT. Comes back to Snyder. He'll send it back to the point. They'll take a shot. Bounces and goes wide. Grand Island putting more pressure on here. Another shot knocked down in front and cleared the length of the ice by Mascardo for NT. That one is icing. And want to remind everybody after the game, the Howard Hanna Real Estate Player of the Game, Howard Hanna, home happens here, will be selected by the gentleman sitting to my left, Randy Schultz.
I will do my best.
Yeah, you always do.
I will do my best.
And the faceoff will be deep in the NT end of the rink. Thomas Dworak will take the draw for GI. Had a great chat again between periods with Grand Island Athletic Director John Roth. And that puck actually hit the ceiling. That's not something you see every day.
Not every day. When they say it hits the roof, this one hit the roof. There was no question about that. It actually did hit the roof.
So they'll do the face-off over again. We'll get a couple of players changing for each side. And the puck comes, and there's a shot that's gloved by Janacek. Taken by Abbott. He got a good wrister off, but it was a little wide, but Janacek wisely decided to hang on to it as Dworak goes back for yet another draw. Right off the faceoff, right out in front. There's a shot saved by Janacek, and that went in.
It did. It did go in. He, again, that was a direct shot. He caught the initial part of it, and then it just deflected off of him and down into the net. So he did not get that one, and it's now a 7-0 game.
That was at least the second or maybe third goal that he made a save on and simply just couldn't handle it afterward. It kind of trickled past him. Well, 7-0 now Grand Island. As the outcome in the game hasn't been in doubt for any length of time. Dworak gets the goal. Here comes Grand Island again. And they score again. So just like that, Grand Island gets another one. And it's 8-0. And as you mentioned earlier, there's no big celebrations.
And what'll be correct me if I'm wrong on this, but now the clock will continually run.
That's
because
correct.
it is 8-0.
And we're going to get a goaltender change for North Tonawanda. Jason Gregory coming in to play goal. And let's see who got that last goal. Joe Geyer, maybe? Number 11?
Number 11, yes.
And they're going to warm up that new goaltender. Phil Cirillo is not here.
So I would have to believe it is number 1, Jason Gregory in the net. And he's getting warmed up right now in there.
You remember back in the day when they would change this in an AHL or NHL game and they allowed the goaltender to warm up, and they don't do that anymore. They haven't done that for a long time. I wonder why that changed.
I think it was just a fact to try to keep moving the game along. I think it came at a time when there was a lot of complaints about NHL games being extended and going so long, and then when things like this would happen, that would extend it even longer. So I think that's where it kind of came from.
Interesting, because I don't see NHL games going that long. Do you?
No. I can tell you they used to go that long. They used to go very long.
Oh, and Tucker Shane gets the next goal to make it 8-0.
Wow.
So did they take that away from Geyer, or did I just get it wrong?
Stu, I was looking at it the same way you were. I was watching the player, and I kept my eye on him, and I swear an 11 popped up there. I have no idea where this came from with Shane coming in and get the goal on it. But I think he may have taken the original shot on it. But from now on, this clock with an 8-0 lead, this clock will continually run.
Well, that's actually a good thing for both teams, and it probably prevents a lot of the frustration-type penalties that can and unfortunately often do occur in hockey from time to time. So, Grand Island with a big lead. NT trying to get on that scoreboard. They'll keep it in the zone, and the puck will be taken away by Grand Island, and they'll skate it out. Shane sends it into the zone along the far boards. Geyer going after it, and NT battling to get it out of their own end. They'll wind it around the boards. Nate Ziemba on the far side, kept in by Grand Island. Good forechecking by the Vikings. They'll throw it toward the net that goes wide. And into the corner it goes. Grand Island still has it. They'll look to get it out front, and NT will just flip it up in the air, and Smith will come out to play that one. 13:30 to play, third period. That's icing against NT. 8-0 Grand Island. I'll tell you what.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
Well, Grand Island fires a shot that Gregory makes the save on. Jason Hill fired that shot. 12.5 to play in the third period. Grand Island up big. Check along the far boards. Grand Island comes out of there with the puck right out in front. They'll try to tuck it in. That one is blocked. And it goes on the far boards where Grand Island will once again keep it in and fire it toward the net. Gregory sends it to the corner. along the far boards. Cleared out of there by McAvoy. And coming up to get it is Nate Hartman, but he can't get it, and Grand Island comes back the other way. And now NT gets it out of there. They'll flip it up into the neutral zone, and the puck will roll into the GI end of the rink. 2 more hockey games coming up today here on Western New York Athletics. Here's Grand Island again, looking to add to that 8-goal lead. Puck goes into the corner. Martinek battling for it for North Tonawanda along with his teammate Aiden Corbett. And they'll get it out of the zone where Grand Island will have it in neutral ice. To the near side, Connor Morrow. His pass taken away at the blue line. And there's a pass to Martinek. He'll shoot. And a nice save by Smith. Evan Smith with a big save there on Martinek. Far and away the best chance of the day by North Tonawanda.
Absolutely. And Smith, you really begin to worry about goalies like this. Their team is so far ahead, 8-0. He hasn't seen a lot of action, but he was ready for that one and made the big save for Grand Island.
And as I said earlier, Martinek, I think, has had a really strong game for North Tonawanda. Great chance there. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't get it past Smith. Coming back the other way. Into the corner. Snyder goes behind the net, has it taken away, but it regains control. Now it's taken away again, and NT comes out. There's a shot that goes wide. Smith will steer it to the corner. Martinek hustling in after it. And taken back by Grand Island, and here come the Vikings again, coming back the other way. And they'll send it back to the point. There's a wrist shot, stopped by Gregory, goes into the corner, and once again, North Tonawanda will clear it right on goal, stopped by Smith, and he'll pass it up ahead to Cooper Morrow. We're under 10 minutes to play in the third period. Play loose and choppy in the neutral zone here, as obviously the players have a really good idea what's going on here. And there's a shot toward the goal, tipped. Oh, and a player from Grand Island gets knocked down in front. That could have been dangerous. Zach Prisbill got knocked down. The puck goes all the way back, and once again, Smith will come out and get it and leave it for one of his teammates. Grand Island, as the puck come out of the NT end, DeAndrea sends it back in, and going back to get it is Bessengold. Now Grand Island back in their own end of the rink. And Grand Island trying to get it out of there. It's cleared behind the GI net. Going back to get it is Chance Luthringer. And it comes all the way down to NT. They'll bank it off the boards, intended for DeAndrea, and he fires it into the zone. McAvoy chased after it for a bit, but then he heads to the bench on a line change. And here comes Grand Island again the other way. Sully Corte into the corner. Still has it. Now Martinek takes it away. And he'll wind it around the boards. It'll come to the near side, kept in by Grand Island. Big check there along the boards by Grand Island. And here comes NT the other way. And they're ridden off the puck, and Grand Island will simply carry it into the zone. They'll take a shot. Gregory will watch that one go by him behind the net, taken away by Grand Island right out in front. Goes in front of the net. Now goes behind the net where Julian Whitish tries to get it out of there for NT. Can't do it. Back to the point. There's a wrist shot. Hit the goal post. Nice shot there. Grand Island still putting on the pressure here, leading 8-0. That could have been a penalty as an NT player taken down. Big check by Grand Island there along the far boards. Dan Riley going after the puck for NT. And it comes into the North Tonawanda zone. And Grand Island centering pass is blocked. Right out in front, taken away by NT, and they'll flip it down the length of the ice. And Smith will come way out of the cage, but he won't play that one. And that's an icing call, as we're under 7 minutes and 25 seconds and counting here in the third period.
And really now with Smith's play, the clock just continues to run anyhow, so it wouldn't make any difference one way or the other if he touched it or not. But that was definitely an icing call on that one. But again, Grand Island has really dominated this game from start to finish, and kudos to them. And right now, NT is just hanging on.
Snyder fires a shot that goes high and wide off that face-off. Grand Island sends it right out in front one more time. And once again, NT right on goal, and Smith made the save. That was a long shot, and he'll hang on to it. Wow, what a shot there.
That's one of those when you have that empty net to shoot at. That's kind of like what you like to try to do, but not necessarily when the goalie's there. But he was on the play, and he made a nice save there and kept the shutout. And now you can almost bet his teammates are now all working together to try and get this goose egg for him to get that shutout.
Now that shot actually dropped. It was like a curveball breaking down and away. And he made a nice save to stay with it.
Keep him in mind for your softball team this summer, Stu.
Okay, I retired from that too, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Grand Island is called on the offside, and they'll have a face-off outside the NT zone as we count down the final minutes of this one. Under 6 minutes to play in regulation. Face-off at center ice. Moscardo for NT takes the draw, but it's controlled by Grand Island and sent into the zone. And now it's knocked out where Grand Island will have it, and they'll simply fire it back in. Jason Hill knocked it in. He's got it again, and now it's all the way back in the Grand Island zone. Up ahead, that pass is a little too far for Joe Geyer, and that's an icing against Grand Island. So they'll have a face-off in the GI end of the rink.
Quick little high school NHL story here. I had to catch this the other day on the internet. Rob McClanahan, a blast from the past. He was on the 80 Olympic team, was on that gold medal team, also played briefly for the Buffalo Sabres, had a so-so NHL career, had his high school number retired from his high school hockey team. They had a big ceremony for him. I believe it's in Illinois where he went to high school. They had a very nice ceremony for him, hoisted his number up into the rafters, and a great honor for a former Olympian.
Awesome. Great story, Randy. Thank you for sharing that. Puck loose at neutral ice. We're under 5 minutes to play in regulation. McAvoy going back to get it for NT. Grand Island doing some forechecking, but it'll come to NT, and they'll flip it up but not out. Kept in. There's a shot that goes wide of Gregory for NT, and Grand Island still has the puck. Shane drops it off. Centering pass right out in front. Gregory can't see it. Their players in front of him. Comes into the near corner. They'll bank it off the boards. Kept in by Grand Island. On the far side, Vikings carry it into the corner. And that pass will go wide of the net where NT will have it. And they'll get it up. Oh, almost intercepted. Taken away by DeAndrea for NT. And he'll flip it into the zone and head to the bench as they make a line change. Smith covers that one up, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off in the Grand Island end of the rink.
And a little bit too much NT player coming in him there. He didn't want to take the chance of trying to play it in that. So rather play it safe than sorry. And with the clock running at 3:45 remaining here in the period, he still has a big goose egg going on it for himself.
There's NT in the Grand Island end of the rink, and now Grand Island will come out back the other way. Grand Island carries it into the zone. Battling for it is Dworak on the far side. Comes to the point. There's a wrist shot stopped by Gregory. Nice save there. Banked off the boards, but kept in by Court. And now NT will just chip it out into neutral ice, and going back to get it is Chance Luthringer. And he'll send it up on the far boards. NT prevented that from going into their zone. And now it is cleared into the NT zone by Grand Island. And crunching body check in the corners. Good battle there. Aiden Corbett playing hard as Gregory will simply fall on that loose puck and freeze it. We'll have a face-off in the NT end of the rink. All right, Randy, you got to start thinking about your player of the game. Brought to you by Howard Hanna Real Estate. Howard Hanna, home happens here.
Well, I'll toss out a little tidbit on it right now. I'm looking at three of the goal scorers who each have 2 goals apiece, but I'm narrowing that field down very quickly.
All right, that's a good clue. And Grand Island will take the puck away from NT and come back out the other way. into the zone, across the blue line, driving toward the net. And Gregory makes the save, scramble in front. Well, Gregory's performed very nicely, and now you see some bodies flying in front of that net, which is what you would expect. There's a missed check by Whitish in the corner. And here comes DeAndrea, and he'll take a shot. Gloved by Smith. He bobbled it, puts it on the ice to keep the play alive, and he'll wind it around the boards. Kept in by NT. They'll take a shot, and another save by Smith as McAvoy fired it right into him.
And some viewers, depending on when they tuned in, may have said, well, how come you're not including the Smith, the goaltender? Well, he's had I won't say he's had an easy game. No goalie ever has an easy game. But he's got 8 goals in front of him there that have kind of provided a nice little cushion for him in that. But I'm still looking at the 3 goal scorers right now who scored 2 goals apiece.
So NT, they're waving off that last-minute change there. The official says, nope, go back to the bench as he sends Nate Ziemba back to the bench. The change was a little bit too late for the officials' liking. And NT wins the draw. They'll fire it into the corner. It hops over the boards and out of play, and we'll get a face-off one more time as we're into the final minute of the third period. And they're still not going to allow NT to make that change.
I don't get it. Well, no, wait a minute. Yes, no, they were just motioning to have the face-off
come out of the zone.
Come out of the zone. That's what they were doing.
So Grand Island has the puck. Shane will chip it into the NT zone and chase after it into the corner, and he gets bumped off the puck. Good contact there, both players, as we're now into the final 30 seconds. Grand Island still working hard behind the net. Gregory's been strong for NT since coming into the game. He's faced a good amount of rubber in his short time in the game. As we're into the final 20 seconds now, pinned up against the boards in the near corner. As the clock continues to tick, we're in the final 10 seconds of the third period. And coming out of there is Snyder. He'll take a shot, blocked, and NT will just do the back. They'll pop it up into the rafters as the buzzer sounds to end the game. And Grand Island has an 8-0 win. So there's not too much more to say, Randy, but you do have the Howard Hanna Real Estate Player of the Game, do you not?
I certainly do, and I have to give it to the guy who scored the first 2 goals of the game, Eddie Korzak. He had the assist as well. He had a 3-point night, and I mean, it was a tough battle between him, Dvorak, who also had 2 goals, and Shane, who also had 2 goals.
All right, so the teams line up. They'll shake hands at center ice. In the 3 games this year, Grand Island won 9-1, 13-1, and 8-0. That's 30-2 by my unofficial count. But the North Tonawanda season ends and Grand Island moves on. After this weekend's game, there will be a reseeding, and then we'll figure out all the other matchups yet to be played. 2 more games coming up here on Western New York Athletics. For now, we'd like to thank BJ Stack, Francis Beck, Tim Gardner.
The most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.